It's unrealistic to expect every child to come to school ready to learn every day in every class and pay full attention to the instruction that they're receiving.
We often take for granted how difficult it is to be a teenager, let alone be a teenager who is struggling with a whole host of issues that are brought about through community violence, poverty, domestic violence. Social emotional issues can interfere with the way a student learns.
Clinical depression, anxiety, trauma, sexual identity, immigration. You combine that very challenging time with those issues, you get a student who's very distracted, often very hopeless, and having difficulty navigating their relationships.
About 12% of our high school students report binge drinking in the past 30 days. 12% of students at the high school level report using ecstasy in the past. We still have a core group of chronic and heavy smokers in our high schools. We have 6% of our kids at the high school level skipping school because they're afraid of their safety at school. And so that's 1,000 kids skipping school because of a safety concern.
If that school environment is not a healthy one to exist in, then we need to do something about it.
9.4% reported a suicide attempt.
I think we'd all like to believe that if a young person's feeling suicidal, that they're going to come to us as maybe a parent. But the reality is they might not. So I think one of the roles that the Wellness Center provides is that through their programs, we're teaching young people about what to do when another young person comes to them and talks about suicide.
Sometimes all a student really needs is to get it out, to talk to someone about what's going on, to know that someone's listening, that someone cares.
You can actually instill hope into a student, which is, why we all come back. On a very basic level, we provide care for the children in the school.
We're able to see where the student needs to go, and we go there with that student.
The wellness model, which is a comprehensive model, which includes the clinical services, the group support services, which may be therapeutic and other kind of support services, the medical, the community health outreach and the youth outreach program, the other services to reach out to CBOs to come in and provide services, specialized services for particular kinds of kids. There's multiple points of accessibility in their system of care. The Wellness Initiative reflects just about every component of what research suggests is an essential piece of an effective program at schools.
There's school-wide services, so there's all these events that are health and nutrition events, LGBTQ events, awareness things that wellness centers bring to schools. Being able to say, hey, I can refer you to someone right here on my campus and know that they're going to get those services and be confident that they're going to get those services.
This is where the kids come every day. If there's any way for us to address all the other things going on in their lives so that they can perform better in the classroom, then why not do it all at school?
The ultimate goal is to support the health and wellness of these kids so they can reach their full academic potential. We're working in schools here. It's trying to provide services and supports that reinvigorate kids' connectivity to their school environment. That's a fundamental piece that needs to happen before we can expect academic success, expect regular attendance at school.
To know that you're important to someone, that your being there was important, that your not being there was noticed, to know that every student could say, yeah, there's someone here I could talk to.
And anybody knows if they, remember their own adolescence, it was usually, one core adult who really believed in them and went the extra mile for them that we all remember. And we are those people for them.
That youth leadership that the wellness provides is really exceptional. Students listen to each other more than they listen to adults in many cases. To train the students to help one another and to be that listening ear that's going to listen to them but also help them share what's going on in their lives to a group of other students that can offer advice is very important.
Within our school district, it's great that they've recognized that they can't do it alone, they can't do it by themselves, and that they need city support and other partners to come to the table to make it happen.
We have community-based organizations that partner with our wellness centers that offer unique services and support to our students and families that really make all the difference, that kind of build that definition of what wellness really is.
It is a true partnership between the school district and the city and the public health providers.
The wellness staff are dedicated to improving the lot of young people of San Francisco. They hold a lot of the sadness and the trauma that our young people bring, and they do it with grace and dignity, and above and beyond all that, they do it with competence.
Our wellness program staff, each and every day, are saving lives in little ways and in great ways. We actually have been able to document the impact of the program on students in schools.
Samples of thousands of students that we've now collected and thousands of teachers over the years that we've collected this data on. And the consistency of their reports is really phenomenal.
We are serving more than 7,000 students every year. About 1 out of every 2 high school students in the 15 schools uses wellness or is touched by the wellness program. Among the students who've received ongoing individual services, 90% of those students feel that there's an adult in the wellness program that really cares about them. 81% of the students report coming to school more often. 69% report that they're doing better in school. Among students who were trying to reduce their use of substances, tobacco, alcohol, marijuana, 95% of the students who were trying to reduce their use actually reported reducing their use. 82% of the students report feeling better about themselves. They report learning how to cope with stress better, that they're more satisfied with their lives. What we wanted to do was create a place that was safe for students to come and get help for facing the challenges that they face. When we go to the students and ask them what they feel about the wellness program, they say those exact same words, so we know we're hitting the mark.
I believe these programs do sustain attendance, do create and sustain this connectivity to the school environment, which will ultimately pay off on standardized achievement, on the California exit exam, on our API indicators.
The need for wellness services continues to grow at our schools. We are not able to meet the demand for the services that we already have.
We need to attract more support for the programs, adding another therapist at a particular school where there are 2,500 kids. We can't serve more kids than we are serving now.
I am hoping that over the next 5 years we will be able to increase the staffing capacity at our wellness programs to be able to serve more students, and that we will also be able to develop some stronger partnerships within the larger community. I also am hopeful that we will be able to bring some type of wellness services to the remaining high schools in the district.
Some of the trauma that our students are experiencing can be forever debilitating. What is being provided to the students through the Wellness Initiative is certainly life-changing.
We save lives.
An investment in the wellness programs is an investment in something that's working. You can know that every dollar that is spent on wellness services is going to meet a need and is really supporting a program that year after year is able to reach thousands of students and really save lives, ultimately.
If I imagine students not having this service, where they are just further neglected by the community, we shouldn't be surprised when we see crime in our streets, when we see homelessness in our streets. Voting for support and early intervention is absolutely voting for decreased violence, for decreased homelessness. We need to care for our children and we need to care for our people. And that's what people are voting for.